Hi, my name is Charlie. You can also call me the Guitar Boy. Welcome to Fruitful Ground Tutorial. Today we are going to be doing mathematics on psychogeometry. You know, I promised you before that we are going to do up to about 9 or 10 examples before we round off with this particular topic, psychogeometry. So this is number 6 and number 7. After this particular one, I might just do two more examples or 3 more examples after this particular set of examples. Now, from what you have on the board, the question is, what is the value of angle PROS? Look at it. Like I told you before, that if they say angle PROS, it means it is this angle you are looking for. This angle where this arrow is. This is where you are looking for. Look at it, PROS. It means arrow is at the center. Look at it. Arrow is at the center. So this is the angle you are looking for. So this is the angle you are looking for. Now let's say angle PROS. In order for we not to use PROS again, we can modify it. We can say this PROS is now angle A. Okay, then we come here and say equal to angle A. Okay, so whenever we want to use PROS now, we can continue to use this angle A instead of writing all these PROS. So I like solving my problem like this. So if you check this question, you have to, before you even attempt any geometry question, as usual, you need to begin to remember the theorems you know and try to know the theorems that fit directly into the question you have. Now look at this. They ask us to look for this place. How can we look for this place? There is no way we can look for this place if not calculating here. And like some people will say, since this line is here, this is angle on a semicircle. No, this is not angle on a semicircle. This is the only time you say it is an angle on a semicircle is when this line is at the middle, at the center. You draw this line across the center. That is when you say it is angle on a semicircle. So if you check now, there is no sign. There is nothing that tells you that this angle is at the center. So it is not at the center, and you don't consider it to be an angle on a semicircle. So just remove your mind from there. Look at the way you cannot solve it. Now, since you see these two signs here, it could be one. It could be one line here, but they use two here. It means that what it means, if you don't know the meaning of these two signs, you cannot solve this problem. It means that this line and this line are the same. If you see this sign like this, like the same sign like this on across a line, it means that this line and this line are the same length. Now, if this line and this line are the same length and this one is not the same, if this one were the same as them, they would have still put the same two lines here to show that all the lines are equal. That is equilateral triangle. But this is not equilateral triangle. This is isosceles triangle in which two sides are equal and the remaining one side is different from the other two sides. So in that case, since it is isosceles triangle, which means the base angle are equal. They gave you this, which means automatically this place is what? 30 degrees. Okay, or let's do it this way so that you understand. Let's put B here, angle B. Okay, so they are what? You come here, you say B is equal to 30 degrees. Base angle, the reason base angle of isosceles triangle. Okay, base angle of isosceles triangle. Now, this is what you have calculated B now. Now, remember you have to calculate this place. The only way you can calculate here is if you have here, if you have this angle. Okay, let's call this angle now C. So the only way you can calculate C is the only way you can calculate A is when you have C. That you now use some of the angle in the triangle to calculate A. So what do you now do? You say, since you have here, you have this B already, which is 30. You have this angle 30 remaining this place. You can say 30, that's this angle, plus this angle plus this angle. Let's call this angle D. This angle 30 plus B plus D equal to 180 degree. What's the reason? Sum of the angle in a triangle. Sum of the angle in a triangle. So 30 plus B is 30. We just calculated it to be 30. 30 plus D equal to 180 degree. So then this one would now be 60 plus D equal to 180 degree, because 30 plus 30 give you 60. This one would now be what? D is equal to, this 60 will now move to this side. It will now be 180 minus 60 equal to 120 degree. So you have calculated D now. You have calculated D. So from D, you cannot calculate this. You remember, this is a cyclic quadrilateral, because it touches all the vectors of the cycle. So it touches all the circumference, of the cycle. So you cannot say D plus C. You remember the theorem, we say that its opposite angle of a cyclic quadrilateral is equal to 180 degree. So you cannot say D plus C equal to 180 degree. That's opposite angle of the sum of the opposite angle of a cyclic quadrilateral. Cyclic quadrilateral is equal to 180 what degree. Now that is for that. Now you cannot say, you already know D. D is what? 120. Look at it. You calculated D to be what? 120. You can say 120 degree plus C equal to 180 degree. You come here and say C is equal to 180 degree minus 120 degree. C is equal to 180 minus 120. That's what? 60 degree. 60 degree. So you have now calculated your C now. You have calculated your C. What do you now do? You come here and say, now since you know this angle 50 degree, you know your C now, and to calculate your A, which they want you to look for, which is PROS. PROS, look at PROS. This is which is A. To calculate your A, you cannot say A plus 50, which is this angle, plus C is equal to 180. You know the reason, you write the reason here because there is no space here. Some of the angle in a triangle. You write the reason here. You cannot come here and say A is what? 50. A is, okay, we are looking for A plus 50 plus C, which we calculated to be what? C is 60. 60 equal to 180 degree. Therefore, 50 plus 60, 50 plus 60, that's 110. 50 plus 60 equal to 110, 180 degree. Then A is equal to 180 minus 110, which is equal to 70 degree. So this is the answer to this particular example. We are going to move straight to the next example. You see the answer, which is what? A, or you can A, because I changed I relabeled my own to be A. You know, remember how I did it? I said let this be A degree. So A is equal to 70 degree, or you can also say, okay, let's move straight to the next example. It's a very simple question, as you can see on the board. Look at the question, look at the figure on the board. And they said, find the relationship between S and Y. Find the relationship between X and Y. This is a very simple question. Now you remember, if you check this line, it cuts across the center of this cycle. And since it cut across the center of the cycle and this angle is on it, So this is angle on a semicircle. If you check from here to here, it's a semicircle. From here to here, it's a semicircle. How did you know that this is a semicircle? You see the center here. You see this dot here. It shows that this is the center O of the cycle. So there, you cannot say this is. You cannot use the theorem which is angle on a semicircle which is equal to 90 degrees. So though they did not put this here, you already know that it is 90 degrees. You remember this sign when I told you that whenever you are representing 90 degrees, you use this sign. Okay, this sign I used here now, it means it is what 90 what degree. So you now know this angle now to be what 90 degree because of the theorems. You know that's angle on the semicircle. You can say S. This one is 90 degrees. Now you say 90 plus S, or you say, okay, if it is theorem, you put here, you say, let's say this is A. You say A is equal to 90 degree. You write angle on a semicircle. So you come here and say, to calculate, to show the relationship between S and Y, you say S plus Y plus A is equal to 180 degree. You remember some of the angle in a triangle is equal to 180 degree. You come here, you say sum of the angle in a triangle is equal to 180 degree. S, you come here, S plus Y plus A, which is 90 degree, equal to 180 degree. You say S plus Y is equal to 180 degree minus 90. So 180 minus 90, which is what S plus Y is equal to 90 degree. So the relationship of the relationship between S and Y is that S, when you add S and Y together, it will give you what 90 degree. This is the final answer. This is the relationship between S and Y, that if you add S and Y together, it will give you 90 degree. You see how simple this particular question is. This will be the end of this video. If you are in Edo State and you are looking for physical classes, one-on-one classes, Fruitful Ground is the right place for you. We are in Edo State, Sapele Road Bypass. We are at Ohawa, close to Belisima Junction. And if you want to reach us, you can chat us through on this page through our WhatsApp, our WhatsApp link on this page, our WhatsApp number. You can talk with us. You can ask any question, maybe for further inquiries. Thank you. God bless you. Bye. We'll meet in the next video. Bye.